Welcome back to the Creatures Comedy Podcast, and here with us this week is Ryan Cullen.
Hello.
Hey, man, thank you for coming to do the pod.
I'm delighted as always.
And thank you for doing the weekend of shows.
I can't wait. The last time I was in here, I did the Irish show.
Oh, yeah.
I can't remember. There was one guy loving it far too much. He was from near me. That's what it was. Okay. So anytime you're trying to do a joke, he was just sitting there going like, Lifford. I know, and do you know, he was like shouting names at me.
Yeah.
You know, Jimmy McGavigan? I'm like, man, what are you doing? I'm trying to do like a dead baby joke. Juxtaposition was all over the place. Good crack.
Well, we try to do the Irish shows here because, first off, I don't think there's any like Irish-themed shows in Manchester, and there's such a big community. And there is an Irish bar right next door that we wanted to do like a show here, and then everybody goes over there for like live music and dancing, and then like they'll promote it so they can sell all the tickets, and then it's just an
just Irish stuff.
Yeah,
dancing. Just anything like the bottom level of the Titanic. You know, they were like, that's the Irish people are all just, every single one of the people was just sweaty lunatics.
Oh, that was my favorite part of the Titanic.
It was, yeah. It would have been the good part of the what a good place to go down.
Yeah.
I mean,
that's the first place to go down.
That's about to say, actually, we're dead first, weren't we?
Yeah, do you think as the water starts floating up, they start dancing their way to the top? Like,
that's great. Yeah, you just float. It's fuck's sake. But
it was a sad tragedy.
Actually, I just remembered that it was the Irish that built the thing as well.
Oh, no wonder it went down.
Yeah.
No, I love the Irish.
I know there's a lot of people that this has definitely been a touched on bit, so I won't go too much on it. But in Belfast, they're always really they're all really proud of it.
Yeah.
Rather than the thing killed everybody. They're like a massive feat of engineering. I'm like, it really you can't claim it. It's famous for killing everybody.
Yeah, but I think their thing that they say is it was fine when it left here.
Right. So there's a couple of these ones as well, right? I have a problem with Ayrton Senna, you know, the Formula 1 driver.
Yeah,
because they're like, he's one of the greatest of all time, and I'm like, but he died doing Formula 1.
Okay,
so that should immediately rule you out.
So if you die doing the thing that you're amazing at, it's just null and void.
If Michael Jordan went for a slam dunk and died, he got it that badly wrong. He's not going down as the greatest of all time. He's
fair.
I'm just saying, if you die during it, Amelia Earhart is still. They were like first transit. I'm like Atlantic. I'm like, you're not really. You met it halfway and died.
Yeah, but there's also freak accidents that happen. So I don't know how the Formula 1 driver died.
Neither did I.
But like, there's hockey players who have died from like having their neck slit.
Oh, I've seen a couple of them.
And that's not their fault.
Well, it is for playing hockey, I suppose. I don't know how that can even be a thing. Like, I've seen that one with a guy a couple of years ago happen, and it was an absolute horror. Was it?
Yeah.
Ah, well, yeah. Because I've went to the Belfast Giants a few times.
Did you? Yeah. I saw them play Manchester Storm last Sunday.
I didn't even know there was a Manchester team. What are they called?
Storm.
Okay, it's a bit.
Okay, Belfast Giants.
Actually, in fairness, I don't know why I got all touched there. Storm. Yeah. Nothing like the Belfast Giants. Yeah, it must be really sad though. I used to think for the Giants because they were the only team in the country.
Oh, really?
I presume they have a couple now. Yeah, but like the Belfast Giants, I was like, who do they play?
Yeah.
I was like, is it just like the 10 guys against each other? It's just a game of five-a-side in a massive stadium.
Yeah, is it actually a big stadium that you guys play?
Yeah. They play in the fucking, what do you call it? The Odyssey Arena.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Because like here they play in just like maybe like 1,000-seater, so it's tiny.
Like here's the thing. I was quite young, so maybe in my head I have Wembley in my head, and then you just Google it now and like it was 46 seats, Ryan. But in my head, you know, I was at Bon Jovi.
Fair. But what I've heard since being here is hockey used to be huge in the UK.
Okay, right, yeah.
So like they used to play where Ariana Grande got bombed.
Yeah, I remember.
Which I love.
I don't know why I look around. Yeah.
So it used to be a huge thing. So after the Mighty Ducks, like ice hockey was just huge over here, and then it just slowly kind of fizzled out.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm so bad at ice skating in general. I'd love to do it. I used to play Unihoc, which was terrible.
Unihoc?
Yeah, it was just no ice.
Oh, what?
It's just like
field hockey?
Well, see, the problem is with field hockey, at least as well, the ground is okay. This is basically like plastic puck, plastic thing, and just uneven concrete, balls
Yeah.
going everywhere. Yeah, that used to be the thing.
Oh,
But
fun.
like, but really, it was just a reason for kids to kick the hell out of each other. You know.
Yeah.
So that's as close as I got to ice hockey.
I love that, dude. I this past year I've been really getting into ice hockey with the Olympics coming up. I'm
Okay.
just I feel my blood turning into maple syrup. Like it's so good.
Yeah, great.
Like, and especially with like America wanting to take over Canada and legit inciting Alberta trying to take join America.
Yeah.
Fuck it. We're taking them down.
I actually, you know, it's quite funny. I've spoke to 2 Canadians today.
Did you?
Yeah. Another one's a friend of mine, and she was just like, "You watching the Winter Olympics? It's very funny that the 2 Canadians I've met today have been like, Winter Olympics is starting." I'm like, you're probably the only country that's absolutely dying for it. Like, everyone else does watch it and be like, "Oh, this is fun," or that. But you're like, "This is it.
It's our World Cup. It's the only thing we have."
It's not even the big Olympics."
What?
well, the actual Olympics.
What do you mean?
You know? Well, I'd watch. This is no harm, right? So I'd watch the Olympics. Then I'd watch the Special Olympics, and the Paralympics, and then the Winter Olympics. That's the order.
Okay, this is rage baiting, and I hate this. I hate this. No, because it goes Winter Olympics. Winter Olympics are the better sports. What do you want to watch some cunts running, dude?
Well, in fairness, I think the regular Olympics has now brought in things like skateboarding, so they're trying to make it a little bit. In fairness, because all the snowboarding stuff's brilliant in the Winter Olympics. Yeah, in fairness.
The regular Olympics.
Yeah.
You enjoyed the break dancing from last
Well,
season?
it's not. Do they call it? Oh, I did actually. I did. Yeah. No, but isn't it not like right? Well, first of all, because I found out that like Paralympics, I just thought that meant paraplegic or paralyzed.
Is it?
No, it means parallel Olympics. It runs parallel to the Olympics, and I was like, I've been for years thinking just like paralyzed, paralyzed,
Yeah.
paraplegic, anything para. Not paratrooper, like. But
No. Eventually, they might lose some legs.
Paratrooper Olympics. Yeah, it just runs alongside it. I mean, obviously,
So then
the
what?
people
It's
are
just
di-
other sports?
No. Well, they are disabled, but it just doesn't mean that. Just there you go.
Okay, so they are disabled.
They are disabled.
So it's the parallel Olympic. Okay,
but it's just called parallel. Everyone's just like, God, they could have come up with a less harsh name.
Yeah,
you know, the paralyzed Olympics. Just because it doesn't mean that. So there you go. Basically, what I'm saying is you've learned something today about the Olympics.
Thank you. I appreciate that. But I would still put ice hockey. Well, sorry, Winter Olympic. See, I'm
So
biased.
you've already biased.
Yeah.
You're already saying the
but come
sports
on.
that you have a chance in.
Curling.
Well, yeah.
Curling's fun.
I do watch it. I have watched it because people watch it and go, "Oh, look how boring curling is," and then you watch it as a little laugh, and then about 2 minutes later, you're actually hooked, and you're like,
Oh, yeah,
this
you're
is
cheering
great."
for it.
Yeah.
It's ice bocce.
That's what?
You know, like bocce ball?
No, I've never heard of bocce ball.
Oh,
Is that just bowls?
Essentially
Kinda.
bowls.
Yeah. I don't play that either. I noticed that when I moved to the UK.
Yeah.
Bowling alleys everywhere. They do not exist.
Huge in Australia, which is
I was like,
way
what?
better in Australia, dude.
Yeah, I would
because
say
there's
so.
an actual sun. You don't want to be out here
Yeah,
doing bowls.
Yeah. It'd be a lot. I feel like it'd be a real old man Tory thing to do here.
Yeah.
I don't know.
How
Maybe-
long have you been over here?
I moved 2018 to Scotland.
Oh yeah.
So
Yeah. Be very clear that it's Scotland.
yeah. And do you know
I
what?
still don't live in England. Have
Actually-
you ever lived in England?
No, I was actually going to move here.
Oh, to Manchester.
I was actually moving to Manchester, and then I was in 2018, and basically just Scottish comedian friends were like, no, just come up to Edinburgh, you'll be fine.
Yeah.
It'd be a better crack, and I went, all right, fine.
I'm sure it's a good time.
And I've been since, yeah, but it was actually here I was moving to.
Would you ever like? Are you stuck now in Edinburgh? You're gonna stay there
I
forever?
don't know, like with comedy, like it changes all the time.
Yeah.
You think it is, and then next year, all of a sudden, everything completely gets flipped around. So
Yeah.
never say never, no. But at the moment, yeah, Edinburgh, do like
I
it.
really want to inspire more people to move to Manchester.
Yeah, it's a nice place. I enjoy it. Like,
Well, I think it's a great city, but it's also in the middle of everything.
yeah. That was my theory.
Yeah,
That was-
exactly.
Hit me the direct spot.
Dude, you're like a 30 quid round trip flight to Dublin.
Yeah.
You can be up in Scotland in 2.5 hours, London in 2 hours, Liverpool.
Yeah,
Leeds, like-
exactly. That was the theory. Yeah, and then I ended up at the very top.
Do you drive?
No.
Oh, okay.
Oh no. I keep failing tests. Oh, my
Actually?
God. Yeah, I got banned from a certain like in Curry driving center. I'm banned from like 2 separate people that do the tests.
Because they don't want to be in a car with you?
No, because the fucker. No, it's not that bad.
If you open with "cause the fucker,"
this fucking piece of shit, right? I was sitting there going, right. I know I did lose my temper at one stage, right? But I kind of come around the whole thing, and he just goes, "Oh, I'm afraid you had a major, you feel." And I was like, "Oh shit, what was that about?" And he goes, "Oh, there was a part, it was just like a normal standard road, two lanes, right?" Yeah. And I had to stop because there was a car parked in the middle of the road, just in the middle of the road, basically on my side. And there was another car trying to parallel park. Obviously, it was still near the driving center. There's obviously someone else testing, right? So I'm just sitting there waiting for this person to parallel park. And I'm waiting for about a good 40 seconds, and because they're struggling. And then just when the car's about to like thing and the coast's clear, a big Range Rover came flying around the corner behind me, overtook me, and just went in through the thing and drove on, right?
Yeah.
And the guy goes to me, "Oh, I felt like you could have went maybe a couple of seconds earlier, and you forced that guy to overtake you and do a dangerous remover." And I was like, "I didn't do that at all. Why would I do that?" And then the guy goes, "I go, would the guy in the other car, would he have failed the test if you were sitting in beside him then?" And he wouldn't answer. And I go, obviously he would, because that was insane what he did.
It was a dangerous maneuver.
Yeah, it was a really dangerous maneuver. Like the car beeped in the front, and I was like, "How's this my fault?" Right? And then my instructor came over, and we were both arguing, and he goes, "Oh, you both have the exact same turn of events. Like you've actually saying the exact same thing, but what you're saying is Ryan should be right. So my guy stuck up for me." But then I kind of like snapped, and I touched his knee, and I went, "Oh my God." I was like, "Oh my God, is it your first time too? We could have been nervous together." And then he started getting huffy, as you would. And then I was getting out of the car, shouting across the roof, like, "You owe me £62, which is the fee for the." I was like, "You owe me 62 quid. You fucking piece of shit." You owe me
Oh my God, so there's so funny.
There's people in the driving test coming out of the center, and it's me shouting at one of them, "You owe me 62 fucking." Yeah, and then I got
banned from the entire place. Wait, can you go back to the same place?
I can actually now go back to the same place. I just couldn't go while the two separate instructors were there because.
Oh, that's so funny.
Yep. Yeah. It's their fault, and that's it.
Hey, look, I'd back you up.
But then again, I did have another test, and then did fail that one, and that was my fault.
Oh, okay. Well, you were nervous from the first one.
I don't do well with cars in general. Because I told this, and this is actually in my head, because I've been hit by 7 cars, and I've been hit by 7
as a pedestrian, or
as a pedestrian, and I've been in 2 car crashes, and then I've been in 2 car crashes, and then been hit by 7 cars.
Yeah. So 9 in total.
Yeah, 9 in total.
How do you get hit by that many cars? Do you look when you cross the street?
Well, for a while, I clearly wasn't. There was but I reckon only about 4 of them were my fault.
Yeah, 4 were your fault. Were you intoxicated?
No, nearly all the time. Twice I got hit while I was walking on a path. A car just mounted and clipped me, and I was like, twice the 2 that went in the path weren't too bad. Like I didn't roll over the car, it just hit me, and I came over. But when you get hit with your earphones in by a car when you're walking, and you just hit the fucking deck and you get up, you're just like, "Did you aim for me?" It feels like you're just getting a bump in the arse.
What energy are you putting out into the world to attract motor vehicles?
Is that bald fuck? You might have seen my set.
It's that guy.
I hate this stupid. I hate this fucking cut of his jib.
Yeah, it seems like I only get hit by cars walking home from gigs. Like,
oh God, do you know what? It happened so much, and it's been years since it's happened. So it was obviously like a very extreme couple of months where it happened a couple of like far too many times in a 6-month period. It must have been like 3 or 4 in a 6-month period. Yeah. But by the end, I remember the last one, I rolled over the car, and the guy came out like, "Oh my God," and I was like, "Oh, don't worry about it, it happens." He was so confused. I was like, "Oh my God, I've brain dead him." I'm like, "Oh, sorry, mate. I just
It's not your fault, to be honest.
Yeah." He's like, "Are you bleeding?" I was like, "That's from the last one." It's real bad. So I don't know. Maybe I think I'm destined never to get in a car.
Yeah.
I don't deal well with cars.
Yeah. Well, maybe from inside you'll be safe.
Well, no, right. So, there's a good one, right? There was a big car crash when I was a kid going to school, right?
Oh, okay.
And
maybe this is like a Final Destination thing.
Well, this one was, I was told, more like Unbreakable, because what happened was there was a 3-car pile-up. Like, everybody got hurt. Someone, I think, might have died in the first car. I can't remember. I was about 12. everyone in my car, like the person driving it broke her arms into like the steering wheel. My friend was in the front and he split his head off the window, and his sister got her throat cut a little bit by the seatbelt. Fine, right? I came out completely unscathed, right? Just like nothing, completely. Everybody's mangled and shit, right? And they were like, oh. And this is fucking typical Ireland. My mum was like, oh, well, you're all right and go to school then. I was like, surely not. Surely I get the day off school. We were going to school. And
Somebody died.
Are you fucking kidding me? Like, when I think back, I was like, Mum, do you remember that time you made me immediately go to school when I was like, I would have been 11 when I was 11 years old in that big car crash where, my best mate's face was all over the front windscreen. And you were like, well, I'm not taking the day off work so you can go in. Way worse, I go into the school, and then because it's like such a small school and community and everyone knows something happened, my teacher made me stand up in front of the classroom and explain what happened. So I had to then stand up in front of the classroom
and just relive your trauma?
Well, reliving the trauma was one thing, but like it was still an act of, like, it just had happened, and the two of the other people were students, like they were coming to school with me, so I'm like, well, Paul's in fucking pieces. They're like, what are they?
This?
So I was like, that's not only that, so it's my mum and my teacher. I'm like, what are you doing?
Have you realized, like, that's your stand-up origin story? Like, that explains so much about who you are.
There's so much that's not even close to it. I kept saying my first ever job, the one that it does make people go, oh, that makes sense. My first ever job was my mum again. My mum, I'd go in at Christmas time. I was about 13, 12.
Yeah.
I'd go in to the post office. They worked in the post office. And it was my job to shred everyone's Santa letters.
What?
So I'd just be like, everybody's Santa letters. I'd be either opening them.
How old were you?
I was about 12, 13. So I'd just be getting big bags of them. Because they have like an automated thing, and obviously they'd send out like a pretend message from Santa Claus being like,
yeah.
Blah, blah, blah. Even though, and a kid, you're an idiot, obviously. You're like, wow, unbelievable. A Christmas card from Santa Claus. I mean, don't know why he'd send it in the post if he was here last night, but anyway. But I had to shred them all. So I was sitting there going like, I wonder if that's my friend Xbox. Ooh, I don't think you're going to be able to afford that.
Stop. But okay, so you had that attitude of like, oh, you're never going to be a fool. And like Santa wasn't real at the time.
Yeah.
You weren't just forced to do it, just crying, being okay, Santa.
That would have been real brutal. No. I knew. I was part of. I felt like I was a part of the.
Well, yeah, you'd learned a lot because the year previous, you just had your friend's face splattered against the windshield.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Hey, he's doing fine, like, but Jesus Christ, yeah. You relive that. You won't tell everyone in the class what happened to you this morning. I don't even know why I'm here. Why am I here? Yeah. Didn't even get a fucking.
That's so good. Like, I bet you'd have gotten along better with like child soldiers in Africa.
Oh, easy. Easy. I've done the child soldier thing too. No. It's a border of Northern Ireland.
That was when I was 9.
And actually, the Good Friday Agreement was when I was 9. So
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Because we used to. Do you know this is a terrible one. I don't even know why. Oh right, we had this thing. I was chatting to Mickey Bartlett the last day, right? So Mickey, I was like,
love Mickey.
We had this thing about like. Because I lived beside the border, was a couple of things you never did when you were a kid. As in, like, if there was a British van coming in, the British soldiers van, like, people would go in and have their improvised nail bombs or whatever from their house, right? But what people kept doing was, and it's terrible, they would have their pet with them by accident. Like, you're out with a dog, you might as well chuck a petrol bomb at a whatever if it comes up. But what happens is people are throwing their improvised nail bombs, and their dogs would be like, oh, catch. And would chase it, and then they would just blow up their own pets. So everybody kept blowing their own dog up, like, so chucking nail bomb under a heavily armored British soldier van. The van is completely unscathed. It's built purely for that. So all it was is you just covered.
They'd have to just clean it.
Yeah, it's like, oh, cheers for that. Now, that basically like, here, take that. And just splattering your own dog at a car, like, completely unscathed. And I was like, God, that's such a what a funny issue to have. We need to stop bringing our dogs.
So wait, were you growing up in this?
Yeah, that was a little bit more like, that would have been definitely more 70s, 80s. Yeah, but a bit in the 90s. But I was slightly too young for it. I was there, but I wasn't on the street.
Okay.
Yeah.
You weren't on the street, but like you.
I've seen it. Yeah, but
So
like,
you have seen it.
yeah. Yeah.
Fuck, man.
It's funny though. That part's funny.
No, that's so funny. But like as a Canadian, like, man, we had snowball fights.
Oh,
like
wait.
it's not the same. It's not the same kind of.
This is great. My dad one day there was like a grotto of Mary. Hail
Okay.
Mary, grotto of
The
Hail
only
Mary.
grotto I know is like at the Playboy Mansion.
Well,
Like, is it the same?
so it's the same. They're just in the town centre. It's
Okay.
a very horny town. Nah. My dad goes, he goes, they used to hide guns in the back of the statue of Mary. That's where everyone thing goes, look, come here, I'll show you. They used to have it in there, and he opened up this brick, and there was just a revolver, and he went, whoop, well, nope, it's still there. And he's like, nobody touched that in case somebody's been killed with that, and you're just putting your fingerprints on it.
Oh my
I was like,
God.
how the fuck's nobody checked that there was a gun just hanging out? They go, how long's that been there? He goes, fuck me, it must have been 20 years. It's like this stuff isn't real. This shouldn't be real.
That's so wild.
It's here. He was just trying to show me the area where they kept it. He's like, oh no,
Yeah,
still,
but then you
still stashing.
You don't want to just show a child where there's a gun.
Well, one of them was like, I remember one of them was like, because sometimes they would just get guns from like World War II, so
Yeah.
it was way out of date. So it was like a big M1 Garand at one stage, it's like a big long rifle. I only know the fucking gun because it was in Medal of Honor in the PlayStation.
Yeah.
Which was like set in fucking World War II, and I was like, I feel like it's very funny because I feel like it's almost to the level where they were cleaning out the suit, like 1998. You fucking wait. You killed my dog. Well, not really.
I killed my dog.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my God, that's bonkers, man.
Good.
Like this is supposed to be a comedy podcast, but now I feel like I'm just learning about Ireland. Like, that sounds like the grimmest place to grow up.
Well,
Is it changed now?
No, it's not. It's no, of course it's changed. No, most of that sounds way grimmer than it is, but it is. It's always there. The best way is when you watch like Dairy Girls. That's the best way when they do it because it's always there in the background, but it's never fully like highlighted in the show.
Yeah, because everybody's still living their lives. It's still fun, and then it's just but this is going on. We just kind of have to ignore it.
Yeah, I used to get checked every day. You used to get checked if you were going across the border because I lived on the border, like from here to that wall, basically. And if I was going to visit my grandmother, you'd have to go through the barracks, and they would. We used to think it was real cool because when you were a kid, they would point machine guns at the car, so you check under your car in case you were bringing a bomb in because people would try and blow up the barracks. In fairness, so they have to check, right? But what happens is. When you're a kid, you're like, oh my God. It's the only time you ever get to see a gun, and then you're like,
Well, I remember that like after 9/11, now the airports, there's like security guards. I'm like, oh shit, big ass guns.
You're trying to do like Manchester by the Sea. Did you ever see like grab the gun? Like everybody has that like instinct as well. They grab a gun.
Yeah.
Do you have?
Do
that?
they?
Yeah, I am not accidentally out myself as a psycho here. I know this is a thing where people see a gun and they're staring at it on a holster, and I'm like, I could snatch that, see what happens. I mean, I would just get shot. And
No,
I'd be like,
I've had that thought.
oh, wasn't that funny?
Where it's just like a button away. You just have to flick that button, and then you have a gun.
yeah, a little. Yeah. But America, like, I tried to buy a gun in America for a laugh.
Did you?
Yeah, just to see how far I'd get. It's so funny. Like, I was in Denver, and the guy was like, "Yeah, no, you." He basically came out and went, "Yeah, you failed the background check because you're not a citizen here." And I go, "Oh shit, was that part of it?" And he was like, "Yeah, it's the only part." It's like, what the fuck do you think you're doing? I go, "Sorry, it's my first time trying to buy a gun." Right? And he started going, "Well, what you need to do then? Don't worry, because I was like, I just need one because I'll be only here 3 days." And like I was trying to like see how, right? And the guy goes, "Well, what you need is the gun shows. They happen in car parks." He goes, "You're not going to get them for these price, but like go down to certain gun shows, the guy, and you'll pay 3 times the price, but they won't do background checks, and you're sorted." And I was like, "Thank you, mate." Let's hope I make that flight in 3 days. I was like, "What?"
That's insane that he gives you that advice when you're like, "I'm only here for 3 days."
I kept just making sure. I was like, "I'm only here 3 days. Just need a gun for
Yeah. I'm staying in a hotel in Vegas.
Yeah, you're like, "What have you planned?" I'm like, "It's only a handgun." As if you're still,
Okay, so then at what point after all this crazy tragedy?
I didn't go to the gun show. Sorry.
You didn't go to the gun show?
No.
Okay, I'm glad you had to make that
No,
clear.
I didn't actually want a gun. I wasn't
You just wanted to see if you can buy one. Yeah.
If you actually went, oh yeah, you pass everything, you can buy it. I'd be like, actually no.
Did you shoot guns? Did you go to a range?
No. Have I done that? No. Where have I shot a gun? I have shot a gun. I shot a gun years ago when I was a kid. I was brought out like hunting, even though it's gross, but like just shooting up at birds or something. I remember I got a shot with a shotgun, and it just flattened me. Like that sounded,
like it shot you back?
sounded like I got shot with a shotgun. No, I got shot.
No.
The thing
I got shot with a car.
Recoil nearly made me backflip. It was great.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I never went to the range. Yeah, because I was in Vegas and Rich Massara went to the gun range that day, but I was too hungover. I actually think I would have let rip with one bullet and just spewed everywhere.
Yeah.
I can't remember. I was in a bad state. I remember, yeah. But yeah.
Because, like, I would go to a gun range just to know how to shoot a gun. Because, like, man, if fucking war comes.
Do you know what I found interesting? Because there was a woman, a taxi driver in Vegas that she made the best argument for the guns. Because I was like, oh, do you have a gun? And I was like, do you have a gun? And she goes, yeah, it's in that there. I go, it's in that glove compartment. I went, oh, and she goes, well, don't open the glove compartment. Like, that's not what I meant by it's in the glove compartment. I just said, oh yeah, take it out. We were around. I go, all right, sorry. And I was like, what do you think? Well, because it's so alien to us. Like, why do you think you need a gun? She was just like, she looked at me like, because I'm a female taxi driver in Las Vegas, and I went, oh, that's actually, yeah, that's it. That's as good as the thing, right? So she convinced me on this type of personal safety thing. But then at the end, just before she was dropping us off, she goes, actually, I got my daughter into it. She's 12, but I have to bring her to the ranges just outside the city because they let you use automatic weapons. And I went, all right, now you've lost me again.
Yeah.
After you had me on the personal thing, and then you're like, now I'm a 12-year-old with an AR-15.
Well, I've been watching some TikToks, and I found out that you can go to China and study with Shaolin monks.
Yeah.
So it's like $300 to $900 a month. They cover all your food, everything, in training. You train 5 days a week, 5 to 6 hours a day.
Sorry. When someone says Shaolin to me, I'm either right. So do they teach you what are they teaching you here? Like actual just
Kung Fu.
Yeah, that's okay. Hip hop.
You're thinking Wu-Tang Clan?
Yeah, Shaolin. Soccer?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's okay. They teach you Kung Fu in it?
So you can learn different weapons as well, right?
That would be so good.
Of course. Why wouldn't you take 3 months out of your life, get absolutely ripped, learn how to fucking have a bow staff or a sword?
Yeah. A big broadsword, yeah.
Exactly.
My dad had I found nunchucks under my dad's bed.
Sick.
Yeah, it wasn't sick. I can't explain to you how
hurt you made yourself?
No, I can't explain how stupid and how unathletic and how useless my dad would be with nunchucks. And he was like, it's for safety in case someone breaks in. I was like, if someone breaks in and you came out, he would just knock himself out. Like, he would immediately go, and then he'd go down and be like, well, that was easy. Great.
Yeah, nunchucks are very hard to use.
I feel like you need to be trained to use nunchucks properly.
Oh,
unless
100%.
Unless you just miss on the first, unless you connect fully just on the first open swing. I mean,
yeah.
It's coming back at you, first of all.
it's like a boomerang.
Yeah.
The chain is connected. It's not gonna.
Yeah, fuck's sake. Yeah. Under his bed, I was like, what a stupid weapon to have.
So then at what point growing up in Ireland, though, did you start doing stand-up?
Oh, I moved to Dublin. I went to university in Dublin, and I was doing so bad at it that I started becoming like the newspaper editor, the college newspaper editor. But they had a satire page. That's what I started off doing in the
just doing writing and stuff.
But it was just basically because I do quite short jokes or one-liners. It was basically like Onion type headlines at one side. So that was basically like writing your own one-liners, and I was like, oh, I like this. This is good fun. And I just went from there. Like I remember my first gig, but I don't ever remember deciding to do it. Yeah. Like I just remember the first one. I don't remember sitting down and going, comedy.
Yeah, it's just like, oh yeah, there's gonna be the rest of my life.
Yeah. Like I liked comedy, I watched it and everything, but I don't think I didn't think it was the dream running. I just think I did it. I think I was doing anything because I was doing so badly at college. Yeah. That I was like, fuck, I better get something out of this.
But that's so cool that you like started it through like the newspaper writing.
It's in a different way. It is, yeah.
Yeah, because I didn't realize like there was that much of like satirical news over in the UK.
Yeah, not really. I mean, even that was just a single page. I ended up eventually been the editor of the whole paper, but like at that stage, the satire was just a single page. You know, it was the College Tribune, and it was called the College Turbine or something, and you were just writing fucking horrible shit. Actually, I would love to see some of it. I reckon some of it's just not on.
Yeah.
In my head, I was like, I don't think a lot of that was on.
Do you have access to any of that old stuff? Like, do you think
I
get
definitely could. Yeah, it's bound to be on that issue website. You know, they kind of like collect magazines even and things like that. I definitely think I should find it. I don't know if I want to.
I'll just go back and like release it under a Patreon or something.
Yeah. That's see this here.
Marketing.
You know what you're doing. I would never do that.
No.
That would never come into my head even.
No, but that's such like a fun idea because it's like that's like the origins of you doing comedy.
I
It'd even be
suppose.
fun to be like look back on because that was what like 10, 15 years ago?
Yeah, it was. When was that? That would have been 2010. Yeah, so 16.
Yeah, 16 years ago, man.
Yeah,
Dude, congratulations.
it's great.
So then you only moved over after doing comedy for
I was
8
only,
years, yeah.
No, I was, see, I only started doing, yeah, because I actually did a gig or two in about 2000 and, my first gig actually wasn't until about 2012, but I was still doing, I was the
Doing the
editor,
writing,
but
yeah.
still doing the writing part. And then I did one gig and it was brilliant. And I was like, this is easy.
Then you're hooked.
Yeah, and then the second gig went so badly, I didn't do it for another year and a half.
Oh, shit, really?
Yeah, I was just like, this is awful. What the hell was it? I was like, what the fuck were these guys at the first one? Couldn't understand it at all. So I cleared off for about a year and a half, and then came back at about end of 2013, yeah. And then, yeah, from there on in.
Well, one of the questions we ask is like, you know, what's one of the weirdest gigs you've done? And I'm sure like doing comedy in Dublin, you've ended up on some weird shows.
Oh, God, yeah, but yeah. Yeah, I think the weirdest one is actually a hometown gig I did.
Oh, really?
Or not a hometown, a home county. Yeah,
What was the official home county?
I'm from Donegal.
Donegal.
Right,
Okay,
and there was a festival in Donegal, and he hates when I say this because I'm always like, it was booked by Joe Rooney. No, there was like a Father Ted weekend, right? And I'm not in Father Ted.
Yeah.
Basically, you get a weekend ticket. You do the Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Friday night was just other comedians on, right? But didn't really say that, so people are expecting Father Ted people, right? I walk in. It's in a hotel. There's about 100 tickets sold, but it's in a room that could hold about 5,000 people.
Oh.
And they're all in round tables, like wedding tables, and spaced away. And I'm like, total disaster. This is over before it starts.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my God, right? It was so bad, right? So it's because of hometown. My mum's there, my dad's there, my granny's there, and two of my aunts, two of my uncles.
Front table.
Extended family. Luckily, they did take the back because I made sure, right? But it was actually worse at the back, right? Because basically it all kicked off because people were waiting an hour and a half for it to start. There was some problem with the sound system or whatever, and I was like, this is going to be the worst gig. They were like, Ryan, you're a little bit more along the way. You're going to have to change. You go on first and deal with this. And I was like, yeah, no worries. It couldn't have went worse. I did one joke, and I am one-liner. Like, it usually takes 30 seconds. I did one joke, and then 20 minutes of crowd control. Because some guy, I was doing that immediately, like within 30 seconds. I'm not the fucking, I'm booked here. I'm annoyed too. Like, it was a nightmare, and I was like, oh my God. And I was like, if you want refunds, they're in the hallway, there, whatever.
Go get them.
And this guy went up at the start and goes, he just stands up the front row and he goes, I paid 20 quid to see Dermot Morgan, not you. And I was like, he died. I was like, he's dead. I was like, he's like, he died in 1998, you fat cunt. Right? And then whole thing went arseways. They're fighting. There's a couple fighting in the front row. There's a couple as well at the very stage, right? They kind of made it more sad, even though they were trying to back me up. They're like, no. They turned at the crowd going, no, we seen him in Dublin. He's very funny. And I was like, oh, that's actually worse. Just, like an echo of two people going, no, he's actually good. No, just listen.
And that wasn't your family, right?
No, it gets so much worse. So that bald guy, the guy's thing, he starts fighting with another person on the table.
Yeah.
Right? So now there's fighting going on in the whatever. Basically, by the end of it, I had walked 52 people out of the 100, right? But when the guy goes out the back, all I can see from the stage is my dad fighting him, getting up out of the chair, and then my dad and him falling through the double doors at the back while I'm on stage. And I'm like, oh my God, right? So the whole thing is a total disaster. I go off stage, right? I go off stage, and my grandmother's never been to a comedy gig before, and she's got like tears in her eyes. Like,
Oh no.
and I was like, this is like shit you dream about in hell, right? I'm not allowed in. I'm staying in that hotel, but I'm not allowed to go to the residence bar because there's people looking for me, right? so, so I go to sleep in the hotel. I wake up the next morning for breakfast, and the fucking looks that the entire breakfast place when I'm walking in, right? Like, this isn't my fault. They all feel like they all blaming me for running this thing, and I was like, it's not me, right? But anyway, when I go in, and my grandmother was like, Ryan, I think you should probably learn to tell some jokes. And I go, that wasn't my set. I was like, she thought that was what I do. I just go on stage, tell one joke, and then just cause World War III and make 50 people. I go, she goes, you think you'd tell a joke, Ryan? I was like, I specifically only tell punchlines of all. I was like, fuck's sake.
Just the image of like her crying, your dad fighting the guy, just pulling out nunchucks from behind his pants. Like it's just so grim.
Falling through the double doors while you're on stage. And he's too far away because, like I said, it's such a massive room. You can hear the wobbles of the door and the scuffle.
Oh my God.
Like, I had to do another gig in front of them, a normal one. I was like, otherwise I'm like, I'll get no backing from the family for doing this job. And I was like, it went really well, and I was like, never again now. I was like, never again.
Yeah, I've proved it. You
retired.
guys are bad luck.
You're not, you pieces of shit.
But that's epic that your dad got into a fist fight the first time he saw you perform.
Do you know it's even better as well?
Oh, please.
The guy that owns, so I worked in the Camden Court Hotel in Dublin.
Yeah.
Right? And this was the Great Northern in Bundoran. And the guy, so I worked as a waiter in Dublin, but that hotel I did was owned by the same people. So at the back of the room was my parents, and then there's the back here is who they own. And I saw one of them, and I was like, that's technically my boss, right? So this gets funnier, right? So I got off stage again in the morning. He's actually luckily so drunk, he thinks it's hilarious.
Yeah.
Like, he was loving it. And in fairness, the people that stayed was like, I don't care. No gig would have been. What happened here was way funnier than any jokes, right? Like, they were just seeing women glass each other and everything over Fowler Ted. And
the fact that the guy died, like, that's so good.
And he came up to me, he goes, Ryan, I feel like I'm dreaming. Do you not make me coffees most mornings in Dublin? I'm like, yep. And then he was like, oh, what is happening? I was like, why are you here? He must have been so confused.
Yeah.
He must have been like, why is the guy where I usually see on the other side of the country now on stage causing a hassle in my in my hotel? Like, looked like a really disturbed employee. It's like, I'm going to fuck him up in where at least expected. 6 hours away, and there's another hotel.
It's like Fight Club. This is your Tyler Durden. Just at night you go and do stand up and fuck up his places.
So good, so good.
Oh my God.
And I made it so much worse about this guy too, because
about the boss.
Because he's walking home one day from work, and my friend, right, he lives in a place, basically like there's a tram stop beside his house, but to get through the tram stop, he's in like a kind of like a gated apartment.
Okay.
So you need a buzzer to get through the door to get to the tram stop really quick. And I always used to be like, oh, fuck's sake. So I climb up this thing. I didn't have a buzzer, so I climb over the fence and jump out, but I stand in this guy's wall. So I stand in the wall one day, jump down, land on the path, and I stand up, and it's just him, right? And I'm like, and he goes, and I was like, oh, how's it go, how's it go there, Paddy? And he just went, why are you jumping? Why are you in my back garden? Stop. I had no idea it was his garden. So I was jumping off his wall. So I'm landing. I go, that's not, I swear, I'm number 21 is Jim. I was like, it just looked like then I was crawling out of his garden when he was trying to come home one night, and I go, I had no idea that was your house. I wasn't actually, I was like standing on his wall to jump over another wall, and I was like, of all timing as well, just to have him like, nobody else on the entire path. It was so dark as well. He was just like, Ryan, why are you jumping out of my garden? I go, I wasn't, I didn't even know.
Were you still working for him at the time?
Aye. And he was fine about it. My actual boss, he hated me. Like, he was like the owner kind of thing, and then the general manager always tried to sack me.
Yeah.
He was trying to sack me for years, but
But couldn't sack you?
Because I had the restaurant manager really liked me. and I was good, but I don't think he liked how I didn't care.
Yeah.
I think he liked my attitude towards work or climbing people's gardens. He must have heard about that too. He always like begged for a job. Like, no, we can't let Ryan. But yeah, there's so many times.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
That's insane, man.
I had a catastrophic. I had a water jugs, right? You know, for lunch. You know, you're putting out the big water jugs full of water.
Sure.
They're like 2 liters. They're like 2 liters each. A wheel fell off the trolley, and I broke 36
water jugs.
Water jugs filled with 2 liters of water. So that's at least. All of a sudden, there's not only thing. I can't explain to you how hard this is. It's 3-tiered trolley, and it just falls like that. You'd think there'd be so much would smash that a lot of them wouldn't smash. There's enough there to, like that all 36.
Oh my God,
smashed, right? And he was so mad at me. He came in, the manager, and I was already like, I don't know how I survived this one. He came in to me. He was being a prick about it because it's not really my fault. The fucking wheel fell off a trolley, right? So he goes. So he came in and he showed me like the damage done. He was like, there's what we had to spend there to replace all of these. And I was like, and I looked at it and I was like, you don't have the broken trolley in it.
That's what you said.
Aye, and he just like, he's a guy is clearly just incandescent with rage. He just he folded it like this. He just folded the paper and went, and just walked out of the kitchen. I go, oh, I'm fucked. He's going out. He's bringing people to an office to talk about me right there and then. I was like, oh God, forgot about the trolley, mate. Oh, he was so mad.
Dude, you have the lines with these people that you only think about the next day.
Oh, it's so bad.
The hand on the knee being like, oh, it's your first day too?
That was so funny. He was so mad. I've never, like the anger of, like, calm anger, you know, like just folding the paper, like, deep breath and left. He was doing a woosah.
Yeah.
Like in Bad Boys woosah. Yeah, he was woosahing, basically.
Oh my God.
And he punched this fucker.
I love that. I love how you have the ability to just pull out the maximum amount of no wonder these cars are hitting you. Like, it's just karma, dude.
That is probably karma, yeah. That's what karma, yeah. But yeah, karma.
Oh God, that's so good. All right, well, look, the only other question, because like this has just been an amazing podcast, but very little about stand-up. Which, it doesn't matter at all. The only other question, we talk about like the biggest gig you've done, because I feel like that's a milestone that every comic has of like the biggest, like most amount of people you've performed to.
Oh, you see, most I've performed to would have been like the comedy stage at like Electric Picnic or something like that.
Like
there'd be a
festival.
couple of thousand people at that or whatever. But I think I got to do, and I did it for roast battles, not actually a thing. I got to do the LA Comedy Store, the main room.
Oh, sick.
That was it. That was a good one. That meant more than bigger numbers, because I know like some festivals and stuff like that, you know. But yeah, no, I would say that would be the one I was like, oh, cool. What a ridiculous room to be in, you know. Yeah, good fun.
Sick, man. Well, is there anything you want to plug?
No. No. Me, I have my own podcast. Me and Mark Nelson have a podcast. It's we say it's a movie podcast, but really it's a lot of gibberish. This happens, and then at the end we're like, anyway, did you watch Runaway Bride? Like, you know, it's only a jumping off point. That's a good place to start. And then the rest of it's just online, Ryan Cullen comedy, and then I'll be in gigs wherever. You can come see me.
Yeah, amazing. Thank you so much for doing the podcast.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you for watching.